Hey guys, welcome to Avenues Bar Eatery. My name is Joe Arakawa, I'm the bar manager here, and we just wanted to take a few minutes today to talk to you guys about a program we're going to be introducing on June 8th, which is going to be a whiskey night, the second Wednesday of every month. This first event we're doing is going to cover Scotch and Japanese whiskey. It's an opportunity for all of you to explore the different sub-regions of Scotland. We have different Scotches representing the Highlands, the Lowlands, Campbelltown, Speyside, and the Isles, when some of the other impressions or different ways that they age the whiskey or different casks they age them in, just so you can get an idea of the different regions and areas and the flavors that you can explore if you choose to with Scotch. And then we're also going to go alongside with the Japanese whiskey. Because of the high demand of them right now, a lot of these whiskeys are going to disappear here in the next year, few months. This is essentially the last major shipment, and all of these Japanese whiskeys are going to start to disappear, and they're only going to do blends. The Japanese whiskeys we'll be featuring will all be from the Suntory distillery, Hibiki, Hakushu, and Yamazaki. These are some of the most prominent whiskeys that have won awards throughout the years since the early 2000s, and feature different age statements such as the Hibiki 21 year, the 17 year, and their blend, the Harmony, as well as the Yamazaki 12 and 18 and the Hakushu 12 and 18. Each represents different areas of Japan and how they distill whiskey and the different flavors and combinations they can develop in such a small region, even though they haven't been doing it as long as Scotland. And so you can taste these either just Scotland or just Japan, or you can pair them side by side and see how they kind of compare and contrast. Because some of the interesting facts is that the initial owner of the distilleries of Suntory actually studied in Scotland to learn how to develop these whiskeys and how he could refine them and take some of Japan's natural ingredients in the area and how to add that to whiskey to make it into what it is today, essentially. Alongside with this pairing that will be running all night from 5:30 when we open until midnight, Chef Robert has prepared some food to go alongside with it, not necessarily to pair with each individual whiskey, but essentially to just kind of cover all the different flavor profiles so you can taste them side by side and see what some of these whiskeys would go well with and what they may not go so well with. And I'll let you know.
Hi, I'm Chef Robert. I'm the executive chef here at Avenues, and for this whiskey dinner we really wanted to highlight some of the different flavors that some of these whiskeys carry. Some of them have very sweet notes, some of them have very smoky notes, so we wanted to have a nice variety for them. So we start here on the left side. We have a house-made sourdough. It's just a very simple sourdough, and it comes with some house pickles, all locally sourced. There's a pickled mountain apple and pickled onion blossom with a little bit of butter. The way that alcohol works in the palate, sometimes having a little bit of oil helps you taste different things. It allows you to capture different essences that you wouldn't be able to carry on its own. And the pickles are there as a palate cleanser. They're able to allow you to cleanse your palate so you can move on to the next whiskey and be able to taste different things without having anything too overpowering sitting on your palate. Next on our list is prosciutto wrapped Stilton blue cheese sitting on apple slices with a little bit of balsamic reduction. Whiskeys have these wonderfully rich apple sweetness notes, and they pair beautifully with cheeses and smoked meats. So this is one way to have a nice clean flavor that balances out with not only a smoky flavor but also very sweet whiskey as well. Moving on to something a little bit more substantial, we have some roasted crispy pork. The crispy pork is roasted to have that nice unctuous fattiness to it, but also a crispy skin, and it's paired with a little bit of pears that have been cooked down in port with maple syrup and Dijon. And the pork really creates this nice meatiness that allows you to taste some of the different things. A lot of people think that you should pair really smoky things with really smoky whiskeys, but what can happen is you can actually overpower the palate. You end up having too much smoke in your mouth and you can't capture some of the smaller nuances. So because of the apple and fruit notes in the whiskey, I thought a pork dish would be a really nice way to be able to enjoy all of it. And same thing with the butter, having that extra fat to coat your palate. It helps you to taste different things. On to some of these sweeter whiskeys. There are some that are finished with port and they have a really nice richness to them. So to finish, we have a chocolate brownie. Unlike most brownies that are made with cocoa powder, ours is made with 63% bittersweet Valrhona. We melt the chocolate down and make a nice rich brownie with a nice fudgy center, nice crisp edge, and it has a little bit of a bourbon caramel on the outside, and it's finished with a little bit of Himalayan salt. The salt also helps you to taste really nice things, and the chocolate really brings out some really nice flavors, not only in the whiskeys that are a little bit more dessert, but also in the smoky whiskeys as well. So we're able to give you a nice broad spectrum of different flavors and ideas that you can try with different whiskeys, and you might be pleasantly surprised what you discover by pairing food with the whiskey just as much as enjoying the whiskey itself.
Thank you, Chef. With that said, this is just a brief look into what we intend to do on June 8th this month. We encourage you all to make reservations. Give us a call if you have any questions. Hit us up on social media. We're always around and more than happy to accommodate you guys. This is just the first of many events. Again, second Wednesday of every month. The next event's already been scheduled for a bourbon versus rye, just to kind of take it in a different direction. And it won't always necessarily be something versus something. It could be just, we may just take a look at one distillery and explore all the different, whiskeys they distill, and just kind of changing it up every month to allow people who don't necessarily are experienced in tasting whiskey or kind of want to get into it but don't really know how. We'll also have Brian, who is one of the representatives from the liquor companies here on island. He'll be here in his kilt. He's of Scottish descent, and he'll be here to talk about some of these whiskeys and help answer any questions alongside with myself and a few of the other bartenders. So, we encourage you guys to come down. This is going to be an exciting event. I think there's a big demand and need and want for this kind of thing. So, thank you guys for checking us out. We hope to see you all soon.